Hi, my name is Sue Hanley, and I'm an information architect and a Microsoft MVP, and I'd like to invite you to come to my information architecture workshop at SharePoint Fest. The topic of information architecture can be both overwhelming and confusing, and it's not 100% scientific. No one can tell you that there's one single best way to organize your intranet. The most important thing to think about when it comes to your intranet is your audience and your content. Who are the people who are going to be using the information and what do they need to do? We'll talk about some what I'm going to call urban legends of information architecture and how they may or may not fit into the reality of intranets today. The topics that we'll cover will include at least 4 important information architecture elements: navigation, how you go from site to site and page to page layout, how the content on a page is organized, in other words, how to help the content tell the best possible story, metadata, and in SharePoint land that means columns and content types. And then the kind of what I'll call the forgotten element of information architecture, and that's how to think about the importance of your search investment when it comes to helping your users get the most value from the intranet. We're going to talk about 2 IA elements that are really exclusive to Office 365. The first is communication sites, and in that section we'll talk a little bit about the Hero Web part and some best practices for using it. I'll also talk about my top secret sources for high quality free images. And when you talk about communication sites, believe me, you're going to need a lot of images, and you're going to want to make sure that you know some places where you can get some really great ones. The other topic that's exclusive to Office 365 and brand new for 2018 is hub sites. And hub sites are basically a type of site that allows you to define a shared navigation, a shared search scope, and shared look and feel across a family of sites that essentially become members of that hub. We'll talk about best practices for creating hub sites, how to determine what should be a hub site, and some special considerations that you need to think about as the concept of hub sites is both new and evolving. Thanks so much for listening. I hope to see you at the workshop.